Hello, good friends of the internet. Today is SheetLoad Day. My name is Tracy, and today I'm doing the November 2025 SheetLoad of cards. And cool beans, we're in collaborations with Sassy's LLC. And I'll show you that in just a moment. So I wanted you to know that listed in the links down below is how you can get your own printout for the SheetLoad of cards alongside the extra printout from Sassy's LLC in collaboration, and some papers from Crafty Owl. So this is a hop video, so I hope that you'll join me in the hop, and I have the hop playlist listed down below, as well as each one of the hoppers, so that you can hop along and have some fun and do these sheet loads of cards. So with all those things said, the things I'm supposed to say, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So here it is, the November sheet load, and what a fun sheet load it is. So we've got a collaboration going with Sassy's LLC, that would be Sarah Liz, and this is a special edition where you're going to use your own 6x6 paper, and it's got all the instructions, and of course I've already said listed down below are instructions on how you can get the printable just by watching Crafty Owl's video, and she'll tell you how. So these are some of the sentiments. I have printed these out with my laser printer so that, guess what, they can be foiled. And so it's a lot of gratitude. It's all about gratitude this month. So here's the ones that I foiled. And I foiled them in 4 different kinds of foil. They're all close to the same color. And friends, this makes 4 cards, but guess what? I need 16. So I made 16 thank you cards, which was cool. It was easy once I got everything all cut out and prepped. So let's see here. What do we got? I used this scrapbook.com Harvest pattern collection. What's cool about these is you can get 16 of the little strips out of one of these sheets of paper because they're 6x8. And so, but I did grab 2 or 3 because I wanted variety in my cards. I didn't want everything to be the same. Now this kind of pattern wouldn't work out because it's just too thick because the strips are only 3/4 of an inch unless you wanted to do wider strips. So I'm going to put one card together here for you on camera, but I wanted to show you the bonus digital papers that you can download and print out so that you're ready to go with this. You just need your basic cards. And so I'm going to put one together, and what I'm showing you there is that you can use that little piece as a template because it is the exact same size as the layer that you're working with. I end up scrapping the whole idea of using it as a template because I just can't see it very well. But I'm looking here at the pattern in front of me and how these are supposed to go. And you're going to see in my final cards where I change things up a little bit so that out of even with the same pattern papers, 16 cards, they're all different. So I wanted to make sure that, they weren't identical cards. So I'm just kind of laying these out so you can see how they fit. But ultimately, I'm going to end up moving it aside. See, here we go, and here we go. I love that Alicia does that, though. Sets them up so that you're basically set up for success to get them exactly the way the sketch intends. I don't always go that way, and I don't always do things perfect, and I'm perfectly okay with that. So the first one on camera, I'm just using my tape runner because it's just easier, but I'm kind of stingy with my tape runner, so the rest of them that I do off camera are going to get glued. So I'm trying to lay this on here, and I've got it pretty much right, but not quite. So you can see the problem for me is that my big old hands get in the way. So I'm just going to eyeball it here and get them best I can. They still turn out amazing. So we'll get those all done, and then I'll do the last 15 off camera. And, put the embellishments and things, and I'll show you those. But this is all from the same pattern paper pack, and I'm trying to use these things up. So, I thought long and hard about downloading the printable and using it. But I decided that I need to use up these papers. This paper pad is a couple of years old, and I will link that down below because I know scrapbook.com probably still sells it. And I love the colors of it. And then I used craft paper for my matting layers and just plain white paper, and I really loved it. I didn't think I'd like the white with the craft, but you can see that there's white, in the pattern paper, so it coordinated just fine. And it kind of brightens everything up. So you still got your fall colors, but they feel brighter because they're laying on white. Anyway, that was my thinking. And I'm happy with the end result. So there's that. This would also be a great scrap buster. So, if you wanted to just do an individual card, there are instructions on how to do that. So I'll go ahead and mat this layer up. Let me move this piece of paper out of the way so it's not such a distraction. Let's see if I can pick things up here. Yeah, and I ended up really loving the craft. And I have lots of it, so, this is, again, trying to use my supplies that I already have. And this kit couldn't be any cooler because your sentiments, everything is included in it. Just no brainer. And we love Sassy's LLC, her printables. She has the best sense of humor. And for me, that's everything. I'd rather have funny and snarky than sentimental any day. But listen, we did some sentimental ones too. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this to my little matte layer. And I just used a kind of a decal die to cut out my matte layers there, just for something different. The sketch shows a scallop die. You could use any shape you wanted, really. So I'm going to grab one of these 3M sticky dots, and I'm only going to use one. And I'm just going to lay my little thank you on there. And that card is finished, other than, anything on the inside. And, of course, I'll have to write personal messages on them. Let me just make sure that's on there straight. And then I'll go ahead and finish these off camera and show you what I made. So here we go. Here's all 16. And I changed up a lot of things on them. In some cases, and I did use different, on each 4, I used 4 different kinds of embellishments. I didn't get my little container shut all the way before I flipped it over, and I spilled a bunch of them, but oh well, good thing that thing's pretty full. So the first 3 there are from Trinity Stamps, and the last one is from Brutus Monroe. And so you can see here that there's different colored foils, and then I put a flag on the inside of each one. And this one is changed up in as far as the direction of the stripes go. So you can see that this one, the stripes are going one way, this one, the stripes are going the other way, just in order to make them each different. And then in some cases, I did them according to the instructions. So it goes, let me see, let's grab one. It goes pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 1, pattern 2, and a repeat. And then on some of them, I sandwiched them so that I could have everything be different. See, there's how the sketch goes, but I did something different. And then I did a few of those with these stripes going the other direction. So having that just makes each card individual and different. And these are the ones with the little sparkle spots on them. I think these are called swimming pool or something. I'll list them down below. I forgot. Let's see here. This one. And then I put the flags in different spots too, or the little banners. But you can see, I love these foiled. They look great. It really just kind of dresses up the card. And then these ones have the kind of gold color sparkle spots. And all in different places and different amounts, just really trying to make them individual. And I love how, the paper packs, they always coordinate, so you don't have to worry about messing up on your colors. So there's a different kind of foil that I used. Another flag inside. Then the grateful for everything you do. That's kind of almost an animal print foil. I think this is the same foil, so it's two-toned. So these didn't make sense unless you had the inside sentiment too. So research shows late thank you cards contain 80% more gratitude. It's so funny. I love the folded piece of paper ones too. I think they're great. And then the rest of them are just simple, simple thanks. And those are my cards, all 16 of them, friends. So, I mean, if you're going to make 4, you might as well make 16, right? That's my philosophy. Again, I use this Harvest paper pad from scrapbook.com. I use some craft paper and I use some white paper. I printed my things on foil, and there we go. Like the video, please leave me a thumbs up. And here's a couple of still pictures. One with the 4 that are supposed to be included in the kit, and then all 16. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.